Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Snooker 19 career, the other O'Sullivan with me, Daniel. It's episode 7 and today we move into the first round of the UK Championship with a game against another big player in Stuart Bingham, and we're starting to move up the rankings as you can see due to a recent good run of form. So let's go and have a look at our pro. We've now got 5 wins under our belts. I know I did promise you to show you a later game of the English Open when we were in it after we got through in the first round, but the second round we got through so comfortably. We didn't get the biggest name in the third round. It was Yang Bin Tao, who's rated 20 in the world at the time I think, and he absolutely wiped the floor with us 3-0, so it was pointless as showing you the game, as you wouldn't have seen anything from us at the table, as we barely got a shot to be honest. We've got a high break of 107 now. Those of you who don't follow me on Twitter won't be aware. We got not one but 2 century breaks, one in the second round of the English Open and one in the second round of the Northern Irish Open, so head over to Twitter to see the last shots of those. If not, you'll hopefully see one again soon in one of these episodes. If we go along to the schedule, we're into the UK Championship now, one of the big events of the year, a Triple Crown event, and we're going to have a real chance at doing well in this one as we're starting to compete with the top 16 players. The good thing I've noticed when we get through the first round is we are then getting opportunities against lower ranked players. The same in the Northern Ireland Open. In the second round we played a player ranked 50 or 60 in the world, and it just gave us that opportunity to shine. Although we're still losing out in the end, we've made 2 third round draws now, both in the UK, one in the Northern Ireland Open and one in the English Open, so I'm delighted with the progress. We're starting to move up the rankings quite nicely, and we're not far in prize money away from moving up towards that top 100. So plenty of good news here, plenty of good signs from our career, and we're really starting to get control of the cue ball when we're in these longer breaks. It's only when we're having to play safety exchanges or screw up for the bulk colours quite regularly that we're starting to find trouble. If we're in amongst the reds or the 3 highest value colours, we seem to be doing quite well, and we're quite regularly getting 50 breaks now, so things seem to be progressing nicely. We've not got anything of course in the Hall of Fame or our trophy cabinet yet, but surely it's just a matter of time if we keep progressing the way we currently are. We'll get into this first frame against Stuart Bingham and hopefully we'll have some good news from this one. We're not going to show you the whole game as of yet. We'll play most of the first frame on camera unless Stuart Bingham comes to the table and wipes the floor of course, and then the idea is if it's a close game we'll come back for the last one in the next episode, or if not we'll just show you one of the later rounds. Hopefully we'll get through easily. I can't imagine it happening against a top 15 player, but hopefully it will be the case. We'll just wait and see what Stuart Bingham can do. I don't know who's got the break yet. We're about to find out. Stuart Bingham looking very trim there, you've got to give it to him. Who's got the break then? It doesn't look like it's us. Stuart Bingham will break in the first frame. Let's see if he leaves us an opportunity. He's going to take it now. It doesn't look like it's a particularly expansive break, not too aggressive at all. He just wants to keep the pack close together, and he's left us with a difficult safety now. It's pretty much like we're breaking off ourselves, so let's just have a go at it. We've got to make sure we avoid that blue about 2/3 of the way up the table, so we need to hit the cushion a lot lower than we would normally. So let's just try and get a little bit more on the red, and hopefully that'll take us off the 2 cushions to bulk. So let's get 40% on it. I think that's about right now. It seems to be the mastered formula. We've spread the reds a little, and we've got up between a green and brown, a couple of nudges on both of them, and we may have left a half chance for Stuart Bingham now. A former world champion, he may go for a chance like this, and I'm sure he'll probably take it as he's a very good player. I say that as he rattles the jaws of the pocket, the ball does not drop, and we have now got a brilliant chance on the reds, having opened 2 or 3 up. Maybe we can start a break now and really give the former world champion a scare. Let's start our break then. We've got a nice easy red to open up. We're just going to try and put this into the bottom corner. If we miss this then we really don't deserve to be winning the match. We're going to take plenty of the power off it. We just want to make sure we get back onto the black. We don't need any sort of particularly good angle. So about 27% should do the trick. Hopefully we'll just come off the cushion enough to fall nicely on the black, and it looks like we've done just that. Maybe an opportunity to go into the pack here. I'd like to avoid it for another 1 or 2 reds if possible, but if we get the perfect opportunity we may have black to take it. We've got a chance to get on the other red though, so hopefully we'll be okay on this occasion. We'll just have a go at it, see what happens. We're just going to roll it in, try and get on that red at the bottom of the pack, and hopefully we'll be able to start building a break and give ourselves the perfect angle next time. So we're on the red quite nicely. You can see we're already starting to feel much more confident when break building. We're going to play this one off the cushion. Hopefully we'll be able to get back up for the black. I'm still having a little bit of trouble judging the pace. The difficulty becomes, can we get enough off the cushion to leave a good angle without making sure we avoid the pack? So hopefully we'll be able to do that with this one. If we miss the pack, then it's break over, but we've got a chance to do something special here, and if we don't get lucky, then so be it. So we're going to screw back a bit. We just want to go straight through the pack at full power. Hopefully we'll get a bit of luck. Again, we're going for a half ball contact on the bottom red just to try and get lucky, and I'm not sure we have here. Unless we've got a red to the middle, it looks like it's going to be a bad day for us. I think we might be alright though. Let's see what we've got left. Does the red at the bottom of the pack go to the corner? I think it does, you know. I may have underestimated that one. What a good shot it's turned out to be, and now we've got a chance to really build a good break and hopefully win this frame in one visit. So let's just see if we can get on for the pink. That's what we're really aiming for here. We don't want to put too much power on the ball. We just want a little bit of screw back. It's something I've really got good at now, and I'm hoping we'll be able to take advantage in this frame. We're onto the pink quite perfectly here, and if this isn't a 50 or 60 break, it's really going to be quite disappointing for us. We can take all the power off again. A little bit of screw back wouldn't go amiss here, as we want to leave ourselves the option of 2 or 3 reds, hopefully with one to the corner pocket. So 20% again. We just want to nudge the red we're going to hit here, and then we've got one onto the bottom corner. That's just about perfect so far. So we're really starting to build in confidence. We're taking the shots a bit more quickly. We should be able to get down for the black here. Hopefully it should be a straightforward shot. We're going to put a little bit more power on it just so we're not too straight, and then hopefully we'll be able to get up for one of the reds again, as we've got just about the perfect angle we wanted. The black looks like an easy pot. We're on to 24 now. We've already lost our chance at a 147 break, but we've certainly got a chance of a century if we keep on playing like this. So again, we're going to try and screw back a little, as we want to give ourselves a choice of reds, and hopefully we'll be able to do just that, as we put 35% on it. There's still a lot of hopefullys in the commentary at the moment. I'm not feeling particularly confident, but I really should be the way we're playing now. It's easy to see from episode 1 or 2. I think in episode 2 we had a break of about 60 odd, and it took 15 or 20 minutes. So in this one we're really flying through the balls, and we're starting to look a little bit closer to Ronnie O'Sullivan, the star we want to get to in the future. Again, we're just going to give ourselves an angle on the black, about 30% power. We've just adjusted it up slightly, but it was pretty much pointless, as we then underhit the shot. We've got an angle on the black, and maybe we can go for one of these 2 difficult reds at the bottom, although that's going to be a little bit tricky, as it doesn't look like we've got the perfect angle. I'm just trying to see what reds we can get on here. It doesn't look like the best of shots, to be honest, so let's see what we can get on. If we can hit one of these reds at the bottom, then great, but I'm not too confident with that at the moment. So let's see if we can go into this one here. It looks like we've got a decent angle, but we are going to need a little bit of luck if we want to continue this break. We've nudged the bottom red. That's absolutely beautiful, and now we are on the other red on the cushion. It's going to be a difficult pot. We'll just have to roll it in and hope we can get on a colour, but it does look like we can carry on building our break after a relatively good start to the frame. We're racking up points quite brilliantly here. We've got to hit it at 25%. We've accidentally underhit it slightly, but we've still managed to just about get on the colour. I think we've got the black to the middle, and hopefully we can continue our break. Right, this is definitely the first risky shot of the break. Look at that, a very thin cut. It's only just passing the red. We're certainly not putting 50% power on it. I want to try and leave the cue ball tight to the cushion if we do miss the shot, but I don't know if we can hit it hard enough and manage that as well. So we're going to try and hit it about 17-18%. Just literally roll the red in. Roll the black in, sorry, not the red. And it looks like we might have done it. That is absolutely brilliant. And now we've got a chance to hit a century break. It's not going to get much more difficult than that. So let's get one of these reds in the middle out of the way, just so we've got 2 options to either side. I hate having a group of 3, as if we end up missing one or the other, the middle one inevitably gets in the way. So this should avoid that situation entirely. We just want to put a little bit of screw back on it, just so we can make sure we get a nice angle on the brown or yellow, and hopefully then we'll be able to build our break nicely as we reach the 50 mark with the colour. So we're on to the brown and yellow here, just as we'd intended. The brown probably gives us the better angle to get back down the table. The blue's a little bit too thin to risk. That's probably going to be out of play for the break. So if we get the brown in here, it looks like a really good effort, and hopefully we'll be able to get back down to halfway just to give ourselves a chance at the pot. Just 36% we've gone for. We've accidentally overhit it by quite a long way. I really hope we haven't come too far. We've lost the chance to get both reds to the corner, but we're perfect on the top red to the middle pocket. That's just what we needed, a little slice of luck as we finally hit a poor positional shot. So by no means are we perfect yet, but we're starting to build some breaks, and again we're just going to come up for yellow. We don't want to end up risking the break by trying to get onto one of the higher value colours. We've got a lovely angle on the yellow, and we should be able to get back onto a red, or even give ourselves a choice of 2 or 3. So that should bode pretty well as we look to get rid of this frame in one opportunity. We really don't want to worry about century breaks. As much as it would be nice to see one on camera, it's all about getting through here, and if we can win the first frame of the canter and without letting Stuart Bingham at the table, that would be absolutely brilliant. We put the yellow in and we're on the red nicely, and hopefully we'll be able to get down for the black from this one just to start to get the higher value colours. Of course, although it's not a necessity, we really want to wrap the frame up as quickly as possible, and the blacks and pinks allow us to do just that. So we're going to put a little bit of forward spin on it, a little bit of top spin to bring it off the cushion. Hopefully that'll enable us to get a good angle on the black and come up for one of these 2 loose reds. Here we go then, 56. It looks like we're flying now. We just need a couple more reds and colours. I don't know whether to risk going into the pack. I really don't think it's necessary at the moment, as we seem to have a good angle to get on the next red. So we're going to leave it for one more and hopefully add another 9 points before doing it. So there's 7 for the black. We've got 1 for the red to come. And then if we can pot the colour and get on another red, we've probably just about wrapped up the frame. I'm not quite sure what's left at the table. Considering our break 63, we can't be a million miles away now. Hopefully this red and black will do it. If we can get a good angle on the black, we will go into the pack. So we're just going to go for about 24% to then try and come up for the 3 reds. We're onto the black nicely. We've got a pretty good angle by the looks of it. So hopefully we'll be able to get onto the loose red, or at least break the pack of 3. I've got to say, now I'm starting to get better at this game. I'm really enjoying it. I always said it was going to be really rewarding once we got it right. It's such an immersive experience. After so many years without a snooker game, it's brilliant to get one, and get one this good as well. As we go for the black, we're going to try and smash into the 3 reds and give ourselves a good opportunity here. Are we going to get the bit of luck we need? We have got absolutely none at all. We've got 1 red we can hit quite easily, and then the other 3 are snookered by the pink. 1 snookered by the black, so it's just going to be a safety shot from here. We've got 71 on the board. I'm going to quickly do a bit of maths to work it out. I think we're ahead by now, so it's going to be 1 snooker required for Bingham. We're going to try and get onto the top cushion here. We don't want to give him too much of a chance. Just 15% power, and hopefully that'll be enough to take us tight to the cushion. We've overhit it to 16, but it looks like that might be a blessing in disguise. We've come back perfectly, and it looks like it's going to be a really difficult pot if Bingham wants to take one on. We're 71 ahead with 67 remaining. Bingham's gone for an ambitious pot. He's missed it, unfortunately. The former world champions got away with it as the 2 reds bunched together, but it looks like we've got a relatively straight one to the corner, and if we can just roll it in, that'll stop Stuart Bingham coming back to the table. So we're just going to try and roll it in. We're not going to worry about getting on a colour at all. We've hit it at 25%, and I just want to see that drop into the pocket. It's done just that. We've won the first frame against the world champion. What a brilliant pot that was, and let's see if we can get the pink in from here. I don't know if it's going to hit the red on the way through. The angle doesn't really show that too well, so just to keep things safe and make sure that we win this in this visit, we're going to put the yellow in just to get a couple more points on the board. We're going to screw forward and see if we can get down for the 2 reds. It's not my highest priority at this point though, although it looks like we've managed to do it. That's an absolutely fantastic shot. Don't go in, white ball. Oh, it's just survived. Where's the cue ball going, as John Virgo always says? But fortunately this time we've got away with it, although John Virgo's commentary was very much missed there. We're going to put the red in. No worry about getting on a colour again. Just make sure we add the points. They've all hit each other. It's a terrible mess there, but we should have done enough now to win the first frame against the former world champion. A real improvement in our break building. You saw it from the first break we had there. I think it was 63 in the end, was it? It may have even been slightly more, but really impressive, and I'm delighted with how things have gone, and hopefully now we'll be able to wrap up this this match and get ourselves through to another second round tie. But if you did enjoy this episode, we'll leave this one here. Please do put a thumbs up on the video. A massive thank you to everyone that's following along with this series. I really do appreciate it, and I'm enjoying the game so much. If you missed Monday's bank holiday bonus episode, do go back and check it out. Again, we had more action, this time from a deciding frame, so hopefully you'll enjoy the series if you haven't seen it so far. Let me know down in the comments if you've got the game and how much you're enjoying it, or alternatively any questions you have about it. If you're thinking about buying it, ask me a question if you want and I'll let you know. Hopefully as I get more fluent at the game and it becomes a little bit easier for me to build breaks, the commentary will become more fluent as well. I quite often lose my trail of thought as I'm focusing so hard on getting the pot, but now we're seeming to get it a little bit better. Hopefully we'll be relatively fluent until we get drawn into a safety exchange. Subscribe to the channel for weekly content from this Snooker 19 career every Friday at 4:30. At the end of this month there's also content coming from Cricket 19, the official game of the Ashes. If you are a fan of other sports games, do pop along and check that out then. We'll have loads of content at the end of the month and start of June, and then weekly content from there on in. There's also daily FM19 content from 2 long-term stories. Both series have reached dramatic stages at the same time, so if you're enjoying the content, please do pop over and check them out. I really do appreciate it more than I can explain. But a massive thanks for watching as always and your continued support with this series, and we'll see you next time for another big episode from the other O'Sullivan, where either hopefully we can wrap up this tie against Stuart Bingham, or maybe even show you some gameplay from the latter stages.